Hey, you. Yeah, you. Welcome to Orange Theory Leander. I'm going over kind of some key points taking your first class here. First thing you're going to do is, as you see when you walk into our studio, okay, there's going to be this big TV screen on the back, okay. This is our weight floor side, so we're going to do a variety of our different dumbbells, TRXs, and core strengthening exercises back here. Up on the screen, I know you may not be able to see it in the video right now, but when you're in person, it's going to be up there, okay. You're all going to see the movements that we're going to see here in the block is what we call them here for your sets. Top right hand side of this screen is going to show you where your time frame is, how long we're going to be doing these movements for, okay? As you work through, you're essentially just going to, as you read, from left to right, you're going to do what's on the left first. Number in the bottom of that square is going to tell you how many repetitions to do of that movement here, and then such on and so forth coming through there, okay? Your coach will demonstrate all the movements for you beforehand, so if you have any maybe injuries or anything like that to notify the coach on, maybe you just have something that's a little sore today, that would be a great time to kind of ask for a option on the weight floor side instead of that while they're kind of demoing things, okay? As you work through these, if you forget, sometimes there's more than 3 or 4 movements up there, and it's just hard to remember everything that the coach goes through. It's also a moving video, so if you ever need a kind of refresher real quick, rather than flagging the coach down, you can always just kind of look up here and get like a quick little touch of base back. Okay, this is exactly what's going to come up next, okay? As you come into the studio, we're going to give you a number where to start at, and around our studio here, there are going to be numbers labeled each side. So you can see station 12 over here, and then as you come around, we have 11, 10, 9, 8, and so on as you work your way all the way out and around to station 1, okay? So that's that weight floor side. We also have heavier dumbbells over here. If you ever need 5-pound dumbbells, located over here by the coach's station, we have 5s. After your weight floor portion, you're going to go over into your treadmill, okay? Same setup. Whatever number you have on the weight floor side is going to be your number on your treadmill, okay? So here's 12, also the same setup as rower. So 12 all the way down to 1 here, okay? Quick thing to go over with the treadmills here is that first thing you're going to notice as you kind of set up and you step on it is that the deck is going to be very squishy. Okay, it's called a flex deck technology. The reason for that is there's much less impact on your knees, ankles, and joints as we kind of run here. So you notice there's a lot of spring in that. Because of that, the first thing that we're going to do when we go to the tread is not necessarily turn that on, but as we put our water and stuff down, is the left-hand side, you're going to notice there's a bunch of buttons coming up here, okay? If you get 1% on the left-hand side, it's going to take you to a 1% incline, but because of the squish in our deck, that's actually what we call Orange Theory's flat road. Okay, so that's what we're going to do is make sure that road's flat, okay? So left-hand side, you're just need quick touch buttons for your incline. Right-hand side, you're going to see quick touch buttons for your speed on the same way, okay? Any number that you push in there will go. They will not go anywhere until you push this green start button that's located down here by your waist, okay? As soon as you do that, the belt will turn on, and then you can go ahead and proceed in choosing your speeds, okay? They work in 2 different ways. If you just want to go ahead and click, say if you get up to like 7 miles an hour, you click 7, your belt will take about 8 to 10 seconds to get up to 7 miles an hour for it. Or if you want to go to a like 7.2 or a 5.3, whatever it might be, if you hit 2 numbers in succession, say 5, 3, it'll go to 5.3 miles an hour, okay? If you need to ever make micro adjustments on either your incline or speed, there are small arrows down here by your waist. Incline's always located on the left-hand side. Speed is always going to be on the right-hand side for you, okay? As you go through these, you're going to hear a different couple things as you go through class. The coach is going to kind of talk to you and go over. Three names you need to remember. Base pace, push pace, and you're all out, okay? Base pace, imagine if you were to go for a walk or a run with a friend, and you can have a conversation with them as you do so, okay? It's more a recovery effort, something that's a little challenging but doable, something probably about 15 to 20 minutes or more that you're capable of holding. That's gonna be base pace. Typically synonymous with what we call green up on our screens. It's like that middle of the ground, middle road where you're able to recover, kind of catch your breath out, okay? Push pace is gonna be right in the middle. If someone were to ask you to go like run a mile for time or go power walk a mile for time, whatever it might be, it's something that's going to get you out of breath within the first minute or so, and it's going to be challenging, but it's something you know you can maintain for a couple extra minutes, okay? It's going to make you feel uncomfortable, start getting out of breath, heart rate's going to rise up, potentially get in the upper green, if not that orange zone, working on our first couple splat points, okay? After that is an all-out effort. Essentially, it's just going to be an all-out sprint or a steep incline if you're a power walker that will always be followed by a walking recovery. Now, an all-out will never be longer than 1 minute long, and you will always know what comes up next. It could be a coach would say, you're going to have a 30-second all-out into a 1 minute walking recovery, so you know how long you have to recover after that portion, right? Same thing if we were to go to base, push, and all out. We always pair our blocks so you know how fast you're going to go for how long, and what's going to come up next if you need to adjust for that, okay? As the base, push, and all outs come through, power walkers, your speeds relatively will stay the same the whole time. At 4.5 miles an hour or less, your inclines will change depending on where your base, push, and all out is, okay? The coach will give you those parameters. It might be something like, hey, power walkers, we're going to go for a 1 minute push here. I want you to try and go to that 6% incline or greater for that 1 minute, okay? Runners and joggers, your percentage will stay right about that 1% the whole time. Your speeds will change. Base pace is whatever that brings you to that green zone. Push pace is anywhere from 1 to 2 miles an hour above that base. And then anything 2 miles an hour or more over your base pace becomes an all-out effort, okay? So as you go through those things and kind of find where your base pace rhythm is, then you can kind of make those micro adjustments as you come through each one of those categories, okay? Now, not to confuse you, there are a couple days when we'll have inclines on the treads, and those are special days. Usually, coach will call them strength days here, and you will hear them say, runners and joggers, we're going to do this at a 4% incline. Power walkers will be at an 8% incline or greater for 1 minute. So on, such on and so forth, okay? And then there'll also be that last and final one where we have a walk and recover, okay? If you ever need to, we do have the emergency stop button. You can clip this on your shirt if you want to, or this stop right here. No matter even if you're at a 12 miles an hour, it'll take about 10 seconds and we'll come to a full stop on the belt. That way you can bring it down safely, okay? Try not to ever what we do called jump the rails here, and I'll show you what that looks like. So say if I'm running and you get tired, you want to grab on the handles and jump your feet out here. 9 times out of 10, and I've seen it happen, this is why we recommend you never do this because it's dangerous, is that during a run, your foot will not jump all the way off these rails, okay? So if anything catches that belt while it's still in motion, you're going to get shot off the back of the treadmill, okay? So red stop button if you always need to, or you can always drop those speeds down to walk and recover, okay? So that's the going over the tread. Last thing that we have here is going to be your rower, okay? As we set up in our station, here is your rower. First thing that we're going to do is, as you have a seat there, is you're going to check out where your seat is and where your foot plates are. So I'm going to take my seat. I'm going to slide it forward. Straddle over top. Have the seat. Foot plates right here. What you're going to do is you're going to make sure these 2 straps are pulled out. So if you need to, you can always adjust these little parts. So you have nice big loops, and you're going to slide your feet underneath these straps first. Okay? When you're setting up the straps, you want this to be across the widest part of your foot. So roughly is going to be the base of your shoelace. Okay? That top, that first lace, where you start to lace them up at. Okay? From there, you're going to pull both of the straps together, snug and tight around those feet. Okay, so now my feet tightened in to the rower. From here, reach forward. The on button is on the left-hand side of the monitor, so you're going to reach and turn that on. You're going to grab onto your handle. Palms facing down, pinkies will be on that outside edge. You're going to sit up nice and tall with a flat back, good posture. From here, you're going to think about pushing your legs, lean back slightly till about 1, 2 o'clock. You're going to pull that handle right above your belly button and where your rib cage is. From here, you reverse the process. Arms, lean forward with your core, and then rebend with the legs here. Trying to keep those heels down, and then put it in together with a little bit of speed. So legs, lean, arms, arms, core, legs. As you pull, take about 1 count back, 1001, 1002, and explode. So every time you come forward, it's like you're coiling up a spring, so pull back nice and hard for you, okay? So as you do that, you can build up your wattage and things like that on the monitor of your rower, okay? To get out of here, take the handle, rack it up underneath both these 2 little spots. And the biggest thing that's going to happen here is you're going to pull these 2 little straps together, 2 tabs. That way your feet are loose out of there. Okay. Last thing we're going to have to do to get out of here is that you make sure you pull your foot straight up first and out, because there is a slight heel clip on these, just so your feet don't slip around in there. Okay. So remember, foot up, heel out, and then you can pull. All right. When you start class, you will start at station 12 on this rower. So as you're warming up, that way you're closest to the coach, and then kind of go over everything with you. And if you have questions, they can check on you easily because they're right by that coach's station, okay? So hope to have you guys in class soon. If you have any questions, please reach out to your coach. I'd love to have you here at Orange Theory here quickly. So see you soon. Good luck.